Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today I'm going to give you guys my performance review on the Nike Sabrina 2s. Now, before I get into it, when it comes to the overall try-on experience, it was very easy. It is a little tight when it comes to the laces, so you do have to loosen them up just to get your foot inside the shoe. And in terms of the overall fit, initially, it fits very well. For the length of the shoe, it does run a tad long, but it isn't anything major in my opinion, and I didn't really notice it when I was playing in them. But the width overall is nice and snug, and it is very accommodating, and it felt like a one-to-one fit, and it was very maneuverable in your foot. So in terms of sizing, I would go true to size in that case. For narrow footers, you should be good to go as well, going true to size because of the overall snugness of the width itself. And for wide footers, I would do the same, maybe go up a half size just to be sure. But overall, it is a very nice fit in my opinion. In terms of a retail price, they are going for $130. So if you guys are interested, they are available on Nike.com as well as Dick's Sporting Goods. And I will leave links to both of those websites in the description box below if you guys are interested. Now, in terms of the outsole, in this pair, you're going to get a semi-transparent outsole with this really aggressive herringbone traction pattern and transitions to this radial segmented pattern. And in terms of overall traction, in my opinion, it was very good, and it was way better than I expected in my opinion. When it came down to lateral movements, the grip was instant and it felt really good going from side to side. So lateral cuts were very easy to do in these, and I didn't experience any slipping. As far as vertical movements go, it had really good stops, so you're able to stop on a dime when you need to. And the get-offs were exceptionally good as well. I was able to get a really good launch off of my first step. That way I was able to drive to the basket instantly. And as far as dusty conditions go, it didn't really bother at all. It does pick up some dust, and it does collect some little patches every now and then, but I didn't experience any sliding when dust was present. And if you need to clean it off, it is very easy to clean off. So as long as you clean them, you're going to be all set, and it doesn't really affect the performance in any way. As far as durability goes, it is decent. The core of the outsole itself is good and overall, but the edges are starting to wear off, especially with the S pattern that you get on the very edges of the shoe, as well as the herringbone. It is starting to fray off as well in the high wear areas, as well as in the heel with this radial pattern. So for outdoor use, I would probably avoid these in general. To get the best out of them, in my opinion, I would keep them indoors because it performs really well in there, and the overall durability indoors gets the job done, in my opinion, with the time that I had with these. But outdoors, I would avoid it overall, in my opinion. So overall for me, the traction was better than I expected, and on all fronts, it was very good. On a clean court, dusty court, just make sure you keep it indoors and you're going to be good to go. Now, in terms of the cushion, the midsole itself is made out of Cushlon 3.0, as well as a zoom unit in the forefoot, but it is one of the thinnest zoom units that you can get when it comes to air zoom units, in my opinion. But overall, the cushioning for me was actually really good, and it was better than the Sabrina ones, in my opinion. In the forefoot especially, it has a really responsive low to the ground feel. That way you have really responsive feel under your foot. That way you're able to be really quick on your feet. And it has a nice subtle bounce too, where it's accompanied with the midfoot shank plate. It acts as a springboard to give you a nice bounce off of your foot, which was improvement to the Sabrina ones, in my opinion. The Sabrina ones, it wasn't really that bouncy, in my opinion. But overall, it is significantly better than the Sabrina ones in that case. As far as heel cushioning goes, it is pretty comfortable. You do get a really nice compression in the heel, and as a result of that, the impact protection is very good as a result of that. So when you're doing heel strikes, you're going to be good to go initially, but in the long run, they will start to bottom out because it is a Cushlon foam, and Cushlon does tend to bottom out after a good bit. So when they're new, it is really good under your foot. Just be mindful that over the long run, they will start to bottom out, and it will affect the overall comfortability when it comes to the heel cushioning. So keep that in mind. As far as fluidity goes, however, it is very fluid because of the Cushlon foam. It is very forgiving, and the heel to toe transitions were very nice and smooth, and they were really snappy too because of the midfoot shank plate, giving you that extra oomph to go up and down the court as fast as you can in these and get up to speed on top of that too. They were a very quick shoot to plan, and you were able to get up to speed very quickly, And with the shoe being light on your foot, it adds on to that quickness in general. So overall, the cushioning for me was very solid and an improvement to the Sabrina ones. Just be mindful that the heel cushioning will bottom out over time, but when it's new, it is really good. Now, as far as the overall build is concerned, when it comes to materials, it has this engineered mesh material that you get in the forefoot, and you also get some on the lateral and medial sides. On the lateral and medial sides, you're going to get this flashy textile material that is integrated into the lace line. For the tongue itself, you do get this leather on the top of the tongue with decent padding overall, but it is very minimalistic in my opinion. And when you extend to the back, you're going to get this woven patterns that you're going to get in the heel, as well as these pads that you get on the back of the shoe. And as far as overall comfort goes, it is a very comfortable shoe. The engineered mesh in the forefoot is nice and flexible, so I didn't experience my toes being dug into in that case. When you move into the midfoot, the tongue has a little bit of padding, but enough to relieve any pressure from the lace line itself, so I didn't experience any pinching from the laces when I was playing in these. And when you get into the heel, the padding in the back is really nice, and it cups to the back of my foot really well, so it was a very forgiving shoe when it comes to the overall heel comfort. As far as aesthetics go, they look exactly like the Kobe 5s in my opinion, with the overall design language that you get. But outside of that, when it comes to the looks, I like the iridescent chromatic look that you get on the Nike logos, as well as on the lateral side. The Sabrina's logo is integrated within the Nike logo itself, which is really nice. The overall quilting patterns that you get in the back is a nice touch. Along with other callbacks like Sabrina's logo on the midsole itself, as well as the motto that she has on the heel cup as well. On one shoe, it's anyone, and the other one is anywhere, which is a nice touch overall. The only gripe I have is that the Nike logo itself does get scuffed really easily when someone steps on it, so that was kind of a bummer when it happened, and it does kind of suck because of that. But overall, the materials are very comfortable. Aesthetically, they look like a Kobe 5, so if you're not in the budget for a Kobe 5, this is the best way to go, and a really good substitute in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Materials are really good, and aesthetically they're really good as well. Now, for the lockdown in the forefoot, it is really good because of the snug fit that you get when it comes to the width of the shoe. It ensures that you basically don't move when you were doing lateral cuts, going side to side and stuff like that. It does slide a little bit when you're doing hard stops in that case, but it was very slight, and it wasn't really an issue when I was playing in it. When you move into the midfoot, the panels that you get that has the cables within it, that gives you really good containment, and you don't really move around at all in the midfoot section because of that. And with the lacing system integrated within it, just harnesses it really well, and I didn't experience any movement in the midfoot. When you move into the heel, in the beginning you do notice some heel slippage when you are playing in it, but once you break it in, the molding of the padding itself molds nicely to the back of your foot. That way any experiences of heel slippage that you had in the beginning, it basically goes away. So you do have to give it time to break it in, and the heel slippage will go away. And as a result, once you break it in, the overall lockdown is one of the best in my opinion, and it is very good from front to back. And now getting into the support, when it comes to lateral support, it is actually very good in my opinion. Because of the protruding outrigger that you get, it gives you a really good containment when you were doing lateral cuts. And the rubber does also come up into the material a little bit. And the flashy textile panel that you get provides a little more rigidity for the material. That way it doesn't give out on you when you're doing lateral cuts. In the midfoot, it is decent. The midsole does come up in the lateral and on the medial side as well, giving you really nice containment when you're doing side-to-side movements, and you didn't really experience any instabilities in that case when you're going side to side. And in the back, you also get an internal TPU heel counter that is very stiff, and it keeps the heel in place at all times. So it was very good when it comes to lateral support in my opinion. And when it comes to torsional support, it was very good too. Because of the top-loaded midfoot shank, it gives the shoe enough torsional rigidity to help prevent the shoe from folding on you. It does have some give, but overall I didn't experience any instabilities inside the shoe, and it got the job done for me when I needed to. And the outsole itself has a nice wide base to give you a nice solid platform to land on, so it adds on to it when it comes to overall torsional rigidity. That way you have the confidence to pretty much do anything that you need to do, and you're going to come down on your own 2 feet while you're doing it. So it is a very confidence inducing shoe when it comes to support, and you're able to do what you need to do on the court and have no worries when it comes to instabilities or any things of that nature when it comes to lateral support, torsional support, and the overall base itself. So overall, the support gets the job done and a lot more. So to sum up the Sabrina 2s, it is a significant improvement to the Sabrina 1s. The overall traction, in my opinion, was one of the best in my opinion, but the durability does lack a little bit. Cushioning is an improvement too, and it has a little more bounce than the Sabrina 1s in my opinion, with the overall setup being a little more energetic than the Sabrina 1s in my opinion. Overall materials are really comfortable and they look just like the Kobe 5. So if you don't have the budget to buy a Kobe 5, this is a suitable option for you guys if you are interested in it. And the overall lockdown and support is by far one of the best once you give it time to. And it is a very solid shoe all around. And for $130, it is an absolute steal in my opinion. So if you don't want to break the bank when it comes to getting the best overall shoe, this is the closest you can get without breaking the bank overall in my opinion. And it was a very good shoe for me. I really enjoyed playing in it. Traction was really good. Cushioning was very good too. And I really liked how confidence inducing it was whenever I was trying to do what I need to do on the court. And I really enjoyed it because of that. And it was one of the best shoes that I've tried so far this year. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been my performance review on the Nike Sabrina 2s. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and comment down below on what you think of the Sabrina 2s. Are they better than the Sabrina 1s, or are the 1s better than the Sabrina 2s? Feel free to leave your comments down below, as well as any other questions that you might have. If you'd like to stay up to date with future videos that I'll be posting, hit the subscribe button down below and it'll greatly support the channel as well. And if you want to see my review on the Sabrina 2s, I will leave it on this side of the screen. And if you want to follow me on social media, all of that information will be in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. And until next time, keep shooting.